All right, so a lot of y'all been asking about, the best builds at each position, and I took some time here to really, again, break down what the best builds for each position should be with these things in mind. A lot of you will not have a lot of teammates, so you kind of run with randoms a lot. You like to play a lot of random rec, etc. So you kind of need to have builds that are versatile that can do a little bit of everything. Okay, so these are not specialized builds to where you run in with a dedicated team all the time. Even though I run a dedicated team and these are the builds that I use, but I've used builds that I'll openly tell other people to use, right? It doesn't make sense to say, hey, this you should use this build, and I don't use it. Okay, so at the point guard position, there's a lot of positions that you can go with. I went 6'4", even though I prefer 6'5", and the reason why I went 6'4" is just to give you an idea of what you can do by having, like Trae Young, a 92 ball handle, etc., right? Being able to have the speed with ball, being able to use De'Aaron Fox, and some of these very highly overpowered animations that you can only get with 6'4" and under, okay? So I went 6'4", 178 with a 6'9" wingspan. Again, you can see the ability to grow into this build. You can get a 98 driving dunk with this, and we'll show the cap breakers in a second. You can get the 93 ball to get deep bomber. You can get 91 speed, right, which will give you Hall of Fame lightning launch. You can also get a 96 ball handle, which again will give you basically all these badges on Hall of Fame. Then of course you have the defense, right, which will allow you to play that really solid defense on the perimeter. You're not a lockdown, you're the guard, but you will have the ability to play defense and not get pushed around. I even threw in a 68 block to get high flying denier and a 60 rebound to be able to get rebound chaser. You have the 85 vert, and just to quickly show you, you need to have that because it will require a 96 driving dunk with 85 vert to get the posterizer on Hall of Fame, which the posterizer badges don't really matter, but I still did that. And another thing is, since you are 6'4" and under, you need at least an 82 driving dunk to get all the elite dunk packages, for the small elite dunk packages for 6'4" and under. So keep that in mind. But again, this build to me is the best guard build that you can make. There is a lot of versatility in this. It's called an aerial playmaker because it gets the crazy contact dunks that a lot of y'all looking for. It gets you the deep bomber, which a lot of y'all looking for. It gives you all the ball handle animations, the defense. To me, I just don't think that there is a lot of pushback on whether or not this is a good guard build or not to run with. Remember, you can grow into this. Remember, see right here, 3, 2, 2, 2, 8. That's a 98 driving dunk, right? So depending on your cap breakers, there's a lot of directions you can go. And again, we're thinking longevity here. We're thinking about season 7, 8, 9, like how many cap breakers you will accumulate. But you have the ability for the driving dunk, the 3-point shot, your ball handle, your speed with ball. You can even come up here for your steal, your perimeter defense. There's just a lot that you can do to continue to grow this build. So to me, I feel like this is the best point guard build that you can make. And again, like I said, this is with the intentions of getting the Trae Young, the 6'4" and under, okay? So now let's go ahead and take a look at the shooting guard. All right, so for the shooting guard position, again, I feel like 6'5" is the best height. You can go a lot of different directions. I have tons of 6'5" builds that could can fit right in here. So just keep that in mind. I did want to go a little tad bit more defense with this one. So you will see that. As you can see here, we still have that 88 driving dunk. You can go ahead and push that up to get crazy contact dunk animations. You have the 3-point shot, still high 3-point shot, max +1 and 2 that to get these two golden Hall of Fame. The 75 ball handle, 75 speed with ball, you can use your cap breakers here. This is what I'm talking about, where you can still be the primary ball handler by having an 86 ball handle, 86 speed with ball, which a lot of guards have, and then be able to be that primary ball handler. Or, right, you still have a 94 perimeter defense where you can get that up to a 99 and be able to get these legend defensive badges. Okay, you even can get your strength up to an 85, as you can see for a move enforcer. Get that to gold and max +2 that and get that to legend. Okay, you still have the 85 still. Again, still is not really that great this year, so don't want to put a lot of equity in that. You also have 90 speed, 90 agility. Okay, you still have a high pass accuracy. So this build can be a great secondary ball handler. It can be a great on-ball lockdown defender to help out, right? So again, there's so much versatility in this that I love about a lockdown build or a primary guard build that, you know, that just loves defense and want to have the higher defense. And again, with the cap breaker setup, it just becomes really cracked. Remember, I want to keep on stressing, the reason why these builds are the way I love these builds is because this build will grow with you. Season 4, 5, 6, 7, as you accumulate cap breakers, you don't need to make another build. You're going to always have a spot to put cap breakers. As you can see right here, you'll still be able to get that 98, let me see, 90, 92, 94, 95, 96 driving dunk, okay? You'll still be able to get that. Again, you can already see down here, you'll be able to get the 86 ball handle and the 86 speed with ball, so you will be able to dribble, all right? And then, of course, you know, you can see you will have the perimeter defense to get the 99 and only have to use one cap breaker to get the 85 to get that move on force to the gold. And again, like I said, you can't ask for better crack builds than this, in my opinion, right? There's not a lot of, you know, builds that are going to be able to have this type of versatility and have every single category stacked up. Yes, these builds are heavily reliant on cap breakers. Why? Because that is kind of the majority of the game. It's the journey of the game. As you play more, you accumulate more cap breakers. The last thing you want to do is have a build that's not built for cap breakers, and then guess what? Now you got cap breakers, you're just wasting them, putting them somewhere, or you spend another 150, 60 bucks to make another build. You don't want to do that. So that's why you go this direction, okay? So this right here is my shooting guard build, all right? And now let's go ahead and take a look at the small forward position. All right, so now we're gonna look at the small forward position, and you already know I'm very big on 6'5" or 6'9", right? And at the small forward position, we're going to 6'9", 186 maxed out wingspan. And as you're gonna see, this is basically like the lockdown / center if you're running in the park playing threes. If you're in the rec, you can use this build at the small forward, power forward position. It is basically meant to just play defense, rebound, and then, of course, you know, the 83 ball can shoot and be able to dribble once you use your cap breaker. So let's talk about it in a second, right? So the finishing portion, we really just don't want to focus on the finishing, right? Remember, this build is for my guys and gals that love playing like defense, rebounding, center type of deal, catch and shoot, pick and pop, that type of deal, right? So you just want to get that basic standing dunks, okay? Of course, cap breakers will allow you to go crazy. We'll talk about that. The 83 ball, 80 mid-range, okay? The cap breakers will allow you to get the 80 ball handle and 75 speed with ball. So I want you to understand that. But again, it's the type of equity you have to put into it, and you have to ask yourself, is this the direction you want to go, okay? Then the perimeter defense, very big here. Cap breakers can get this to a 92 challenger, which you put it on gold, and then you can max plus 2 that to get that on legend. So you'll be able to have that legend with the 99 block, which will allow you to have legend paint patroller and legend high flyer denier, okay? So you have that ability. You have the 85 defensive rebound. You can max plus 2 that to get that to Hall of Fame. And then, of course, you have 85 strength agility. And then you have the 72 strength, which you can max plus 2 your immovable enforcer to get that to gold if you want to be. And you have the 85 strength, which will give you legend pogo stick. And we already talked about the high flying denier being to get that on legend. So a lot of people are going to question about the pass accuracy. Not going to be much of an issue, to be honest with you, especially because of the way this build is played. Remember, you're not a center. You're using this build in the park on threes. You'll be like the center in the park in threes. Throwing a little simple outlet pass ain't going to kill you. You know, like, this is literally the build. Y'all seen the videos of me. I run with this build all the time, just like this, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you the direction that I went. It's called a switch defender. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to back out, right? And I'm going to show you, because I actually have this build actually made and completed. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that one. And it's called box because I have the lockdown specialization, but of course it's called a switch defender or whatever it just said. But I want to show you exactly what I'm talking about, the direction that I went. So I will eventually have the 92 perimeter defense. I have the 89 perimeter. I have the 99 block. I have all that, right? So once I finish all this, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start building up this, get my 75 ball handle and my 80 ball, 75 speed ball and my 80 ball handle. And then again, you know, you don't have to go this route, and I'll start upgrading my play, my passing too. So as I start getting like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, like my cap breakers there, these are the things that I will start upgrading to be able to have. You can do this off rip. Let's say, for instance, you don't want to have the 99 block. You're cool with, you know, you can make the build any way you want, guys. All right. So still, you have the ability to get dunking. You know, there's a lot you can do here. It's just all about what direction you want to go. Me, I just wanted to just get the defense out of the way. but I will eventually start upgrading all this right here too. So it's really your call. There's no right or wrong. It's all about your preference. I keep saying that over and over, but I'm genuinely meaning that. It's all about your preference and what you want. But you can't go wrong with a build like this at the small forward position. To me, this is the best that you can get that can do both, you know, defense and the ability to play the center spot if need to be in the threes, okay? But now let's go ahead and take a look at this power forward that I want to show y'all. It's actually really solid. So let's go take a look of it right now. All right, so at the power forward position, we're going up to 6'11". 6'11", this build can be great at the center spot for rec or the power forward position, the 4, whatever. It's just, to me, what makes the build fun is the ability to have the 93 driving dunk and the 90 standing dunk. You have 86 close shot. You got the post control, but you also have 68 ball handle, right? Which will allow you to get some really good dribble styles. You also have the ball hand, the 70 ball handle. You got the 77 pass accuracy. Again, 82 mid range. You got post fade phenom on gold. You can shoot the 3. You have the 87 defensive rebound. Obviously, you can use 5 cap breakers here to get that to a 92, which will give you gold rebound chaser. You can max +2 that to get the legend rebound chaser. 75 speed. You still have 72 strength, so you can max +2 your brick wall if you wanted to get that on gold. You have the 80 vert, which will of course translate to that 93 driving dunk with the 90 standing dunk. To be able to get elite standing dunks and big driving dunk contact dunks is just insane to me. I love this build. This is the build that I'm going to be making myself. And then of course that 79 post control, so you can work in the post. You can, you know, face up, dribble, get to the basket. You know, there's so much that you can do with this build that I really genuinely think that a lot of y'all, if y'all do try it out, are just gonna fall in love with this thing, man. Mid paint scoring cleaner. And again, as you can see, it's kind of like it says Anthony Davis, and this is what I was visualizing as an Anthony Davis, prime Anthony Davis build. And as you're gonna see here, there's just a lot of things to love about what you can do. I just kind of grazed over it a little bit, but you see right here, you get that 93 driving dunk if you want, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, just 4 cap breakers. You already have the 90 standing dunk. You can get your pass accuracy up to an 80, 2, 4, 6, 8, so you can get an 88 pass accuracy. So if you want to get 4 here and then get that there, you can, and then use the remaining on your defensive rebound to get that to a 92, you can do that. There's just a lot to love about a build that can do everything. Remember, that's what we're trying to do. If you run with randoms, you just can't, you know, you need to have the ability to do everything, okay? And this build can do everything, and it's very friendly, right? You can be a spot up, you can be a post scorer, you can be a screen setter, pick and popper, or you can create and dribble yourself, right? So a lot of versatility to this. Again, it's all about preference, but this build is meant to grow with you as the seasons go on, and that's the reason why we have it. Mid paint scoring cleaner, right? So now let's head to the center, the last and final build. All right, so now we're looking at the center build. Now this center build is basically just rec, right? So remember, this 6'9" small forward is more versatile as far as park, because remember, park, you gotta have a faster center. This 7-foot center and that 6'11" power forward, right? Those builds are like, you gotta relegate those to the rec, right? The pro-am, you know, if you're bringing that out there in the park, understand you're gonna get some, you might go up against 3 guards, right? So keep that in mind. I wanna put that out there. Center, 7 feet, 272, you know, the 7'5" wingspan. Again, a lot, oops, what did I just do here? I just messed something up, all right? The 7'5" wingspan. What I love about it, once again, as you can see, you get the 87 driving dunk, which will give you the posterizer on silver and unlock those basic dunk animations. You still got the 90 standing dunk for the elite. You still got the 83 ball to be able to shoot. This time you have an 87 pass accuracy. You can use your +5 there to get to a 91 if you wanted to. You have the 62 perimeter defense, getting move on forcer. You still have the 78 block. Remember, you can use the max +1 and 2s here. This build, of course, will have the 99 rebound for the defense. So now you can get those rebounds to get that on legend off rip. And then, of course, you still have that 91 strength, which you, again, can use 5 cap breakers here to get to a 96. And, of course, that will give you brick wall and Hall of Fame. You can max +1 that to get that to legend. There's just a lot of things I love about this center build, which I have this build, of course. I run my centers when I run in the random rec, and I just want to get rebounds, throw outlets, and just have a little fun. But, you know, being able to dunk on people is always going to be a plus. And then as you come right here and look at the name, and then I also have the Burley, because remember I have the screens with 2K Labs dropped the video, Glass Visionary Power Dunker. I have Burley because for some reason the Burley body type sets better screens. So that's something else to keep in mind when it comes to that, because you know on the rec you're gonna have to set a lot of screens for these randoms to help them out. That's what they expect. And then of course you look over here, same exact thing. You see this is 84, 85, 86, 87, right there. You have the ability, 89, 90, 91, 92. You can get 93, my bad, 93 pass accuracy, because the first one is the 2 cat breakers. All right, of course, you know, getting that 99 driving dunk, that strength. There's just a lot that, you know, you can really mess around with and grow with. Remember, we talked about growth the whole time. Season 6, 7, 8, like whatever season you're in, as you accumulate cat breakers for hit 1140 or whatever it may be, this builder will grow with you off rip. So those are my 5 builds. I know this was a lot, but y'all let me know in the comment section how y'all feel about it. You know, hey, are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Am I cooking with grease? Am I making any sense? If I am, just make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and as usual, your favorite old head, Uncle Demi. We'll be back with another banger. You know, when I say I'm back to another banger, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about tomorrow, man. I'm out.